What's up, everyone? It's a little me, Amul, and we are back with another video. Ignore my background, but me being me, I'm always filming in weird locations. Anyway, for this video, we will be discussing a different topic. We will be comparing script writing plus novel writing. Okay, now just to break it down, I am not a professional scriptwriter, nor have I published any of the books I have written yet. So before anyone attacks me busy saying like, you don't know what you're talking about and stuff like that, I am pointing that out there. But I do want to make this video because I've had lots of people tell me on how, aside from, your books can be made into movies, which hopefully one day that would be nice. But another thing that has happened is so if you can write a book, that means you can write a script, right? Because, it's somewhat similar. Guys, I am telling you this right now. There is nothing similar in comparison to writing a book and writing a script. So, I first learned this through drama, where in high school, where we were forced to write a script. Well, I was forced to as a group member. And, I was only able to write the script the night before. So basically, this video will be comparing the similarities and the differences with script writing and novel writing. So I don't remember where I stopped or started, so we just gonna start fresh. But basically, I am not a professional scriptwriter, nor have I published any of my books, so just bear with me. But I know people will be comparing novels with scripts. Now, people always say aside from, you can have your book turned into a film, which would be nice. I really hope that one day it does happen. But also comes the situation of so it must be really easy to write a script because, you can write a novel, you can write a script. No, it is not easy at all, guys. It is completely difficult. Because, the dynamic and the layout in script writing compared to novel writing is just so much more hectic. You need specific writing, what's it called? What's this? I forgot what the word is called. You need a specific font for everything. You need to make sure you use everything the right way, whether it's bold, italics, all of that needs to be more specific way. In books, if you use stuff majority of the time, books don't need to be in all caps kind of situation, where scripts then needs to include all caps. We will go through the script, and then also books, italics can be multiple things. For me, I use it in terms of the character reading a note or a letter, or the character's thoughts sometimes. So if I don't want to use quotation marks, I use italics for the character's thoughts. It's not like books where it's a specific part, like an important part. Because granted, every bit of the book is important, that it's a different level of importance. Plus the pressure is a whole nother level because I was forced to write a script in high school. It wasn't really by choice, and I was only able to write it the night before. And can I just say, we don't give writers enough credit, writers and authors. Making a character sound dumb is so hard. For example, London Tipton. Making a character sound dumb and be funny is the hardest things I have ever done in my life. But basically, we will be looking at the script we will be looking at is Jack Reacher, based on the novel Lee Child. I don't think I chose the right script considering it's based on the novel. But in a way, I feel the film did influence me with my book. I never realized until now because Jack Reacher Never Go Back was on TV. So we'll be looking at the script Jack Reacher versus the book I have completed, which is still editing and in the works. So bear with me. So the book I will be looking at is On the Run. But yeah. So we're just gonna read the first page because I scrolled down and I realized no, because the dialogue is just so far down. It's page 8 or something. Whereas just telling you the heads up in the second page. Also, another thing I realized is script pages are much shorter than I thought it would be. Granted, I thought they'd be 100, 200 pages. But no, they're not that much. But then again, it also depends on the layout of how they write the script, because it can be scene one, da 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 da, and then skip, and then the rest of the page would be blank, like novels. But like usually they just carry on as it is, like they'd cut and stuff like that. But usually it's just an ongoing thing. Whereas books, you don't have scene one or act one. Sometimes they say act one, like in place. But like sometimes they say scene one, act one, or they don't say that at all. Books it's usually chapters, if they want to say chapters, or I forgot what they call it. I forgot the word. But like yeah. Anyway, the Jack Reacher script. So like I said, bold, bold, all caps and italics. Those are very important, whether it be the focus or priority, or I forgot the other word I can use for it, but those are important. Now, another thing with scripts is that it breaks down in the sense of like you need to know, usually the bold and all caps is together and it's before explanation, description, because it tells like the location in the sense of A, is it indoors or outdoors? That's number one. B, where the location is, like is it at the park? Is it at the mall? Sometimes it goes even more detail on the description, and then it also tells the time of day. Yes, I did look this up / watch someone else explain it, so I know it's in details. So, black also helps with the camera and the crew with understanding what to film and how to film it. So like black, the sound of hand tools, metal exerting rhythmic pressure on metal, all caps, fade up on. Then we switch to, not switch, but like the location. It's inside, interior. That's what INT dot means. In the dark room, time of the day is daytime. Extreme close up, that's for the camera. People. Polished brass, gleaming copper, black sand, molten wrought iron, painted red. Gaunt hand, explaining specifically what's very crucial in that moment. Thumbnail partially blackened, and then it explains like maybe theories to help the actor predict or whatever the scene was. I haven't watched this movie in a long time, but like maybe it was maybe it was slammed in a car door, hit with a hammer, pulls a lever, drives something home. Then comes kashonk, the noise that's made. Then we switch to the exterior, so we switch locations. Outside, Midwestern city, that's the location specifically, looking at the skyline, time of day, morning. Moving towards a city that could be anywhere, populated by anybody, even you, like I know I'm not speaking with the full spouse, but like yeah. Motionless construction, crane dominate the skyline. Camera angle, tilts down slowly. Moving over the highway, following traffic into the city. Pushing slowly on a van. It's always a van. Pacing slower than the rest of the morning traffic, no rush. Cuts are occasionally punctuated with the sound O.S. I get those two mixed up, but one of them means like you are in the scene, but the camera doesn't focus on you. And then the other one is, if I'm not right, maybe it's, no, I don't remember what the other one is. So anyway, we hear the noise kashunk. Then you switch back to the scene. Not switch back, but we switch to the scene. The inside of the van, time of day, it's daytime. From the driver's point of view, that's why it's in caps, because you need to know, like, it's this. But, like, of the drive downtown skyline, did it. Our eyes lock on a traffic camera, the sort you see 1,000 times a day, but never notice. Ellipses. Then, interior and / traffic cameras, intercut. So, like, you know what that means. But the driver notices everyone. The cameras, meanwhile, see only the endless flow of traffic, mindlessly logging the mundane until future events will make it critically relevant. Then we switch back to the darkroom, inside the darkroom. Those gnarled hands gently tap a ball pen hammer to an awl. They measure precisely amounts of black sand. And then the script just keeps going on and on and on. Like, guys, like, only from page... Which page is it? I think page 8. That's when it starts with the dialogue with SWAT guy. He's not specifying and mentions a career. Also, scripts can mention the age. tend to mention the age and description a bit of the character, for a better understanding. Also to help with hiring the best person suited. But yeah, that's basically a script, Wait, maybe I can explain this. Oh, you got the wrong guy. By that I mean you're doing all the other image you can see. Close up, a pair of handcuffs. Yeah, you see. Emerson smiles, throws a look over his shoulder. A man in a sharp suit, all caps. That's what he's wearing. That's what you need to focus on. In brackets, his age, 60s. Stands at the door, arms folded, waited. He is. Then you switch back to the character, Emerson. This year's district attorney wrote in. Know what he's wondering, Robin, whether you're gonna walk like a man or cry like a. I'm not gonna say that word. When you take your last roll. Then Emerson Robin, yeah. But you can see it's dialogue, then explains what the character does, location, it keeps switching up like stuff like that. Do they do like an end of scene? Yeah, they don't do a cut scene, they just carry on as it is. Whereas novels, on the other hand, novels, my book is called On the Run. I never said by Amakhalang Makaha yet, because I'm still on the works, and I asked a friend to help me with the cover page, so that's why it's also like that. But again, I don't know if the word's prologue or epilogue, so be with me there. Also be with me in the sense of like, the book is still editing. I'm still editing the book, and it's complicated to edit this part of the book because like it's cryptic a little bit, so I need to edit the entire book before I can come back and edit this one. Because if I change the prologue / epilogue of the start of the book, then I'm gonna get confused on how the ending is and stuff like that, what this part of the book is. But anyway, I managed to get up. Why am I reading it like that? I managed to get up and kneeled with my back against the grate. I applied slight pressure on my abdomen as I held in my scream in agony. I had shut my eyes hard and lifted my head up. Having taken 3 deep, quick breaths, as pregnant women are always told to do in labor, I'm adding that part. And speaking of adding, that line was when I was 14 years old, guys. I started this book when I was 14 years old, so please do not judge me, okay? Please. But anyway, slowly, I tilted my hand from the thumb and index finger. I looked down to check and saw blood on my fingers. Moving my hand completely, I noticed my whole hand was covered in blood. I looked down to the spot on my shirt, which used to be which used to be white, had now changed to the color red. The blood had surpassed the bandage I had wrapped around my stomach a few hours ago. Should I say a few hours before? Yeah, it's before. Anyway, having taken a few more deep breaths as I felt myself losing consciousness, I pressed my hand back, applying more pressure as I looked down to the Glock 23 a few feet away from me on my right. I am changing this. Anyway, I poked my head up to search my surroundings and still saw the one man on my right holding an AK-47, the man behind the box further on my left firing his rifle, and the man in the suit hiding behind a crate who seemed tense. Focused on my target, I quickly turned to my right to pick up the Glock 23, turned back, and aimed at the man in the suit. I was about to fire when a pistol was pressed to the left side of my head. So, again, I started this book when I was 14. I tweaked it up. I finished it last year. How old was I? I was 20. Don't lie. How old am I turning? 20? I was 20 years old when I finished the book. I wasn't writing the entire time. But point being is, like, you don't get this. You can see this difference on how books start. And then, of course, I started with chapter 1. Y'all ain't gonna read my book. So, like, chapter 1, yada, yada, yada. Chapter 2, there are 33 chapters in my book. So, like, that's basically that. And then also, the fun part with books, unlike scripts, you can end it off with, like, yada, yada, yada. Where is it? So like blah blah blah. The ending. What did he say to you? Ryan whispered to me with Dean next to him, but he needed to. Like dialogue is obviously there, but like actually I just realized something. Also dialogue, like compared to scripts, dialogue ain't in quotation marks. I just realized this. But at the same time it would be dumb if it was in quotation marks. But anyway, I just realized this. Interesting. Anyway, so like another bonus about novels is that how mine ends is that there's a blank page and then I decide to tease by writing a prologue slash epilogue for the second one, Don't Stop Running. So here it is. Again, this one I can't read to you guys because it will be spoiling so much because you need to read the first one before you can read the second one. Yo, I never realized this. What other differences are there? Wow. Both of them. Oh no, voiceovers. Off camera, off screen. Oh no, it's voiceovers and then off screen. So voiceovers is when the camera's not facing you, but then looking. But basically, that's my point being. Like, it's more descriptive in different ways. Like it's descriptive in more details of like the person's point of view, how they're seeing things, how they're angling things, picturing everything, and all that. This, that. Whereas books, like it's more descriptive so that people can get a better understanding, but at the same time, like feel like they're in it in a way. Because like scripts, like you get to read about the character and get to know them a little bit, but you have to create the character. Whereas novels, okay, scripts, when I say you have to create the characters, I mean the actors have to create the characters. Whereas novels, the writers have to create the characters and then you have to relate to them, like try and understand them and picture them yourselves. I can't say this about both of them. Again, aside from them people, it's very difficult to let what you're thinking of onto the paper, whether it be a script or a novel. It is very difficult because in your mind you're just there like, okay, you want this character to be like this, you know this character's gonna be annoying or he's gonna be funny or this that, like you already mentally prepared, like you know like how you feel about this character and how you want them to be. And then whether it be a script or a novel, this is the similarity, like you know this in your head. The fact you need to put it on the paper in the way you see them in hopes that the person who reads it will see them the same way, it's so hard. Like that is something I'm struggling with because I realized while writing in my book, like Amo, you need to work on this. But anyway, this is a weird short video. Well, I don't know how short it is, but like, yeah, let's just end the video here while it makes sense, I guess. Anyway, like, yeah, that was my comparison with scripts versus novels. By the way, if you do want to read the script for Jack Reacher, you can find it on, I forgot which website, but you can look at the Jack Reacher script, it will pop up. And on that note, enjoy day, enjoy night, whatever time zone you're in. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, don't forget to tell your friend who might give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to check out my other channel, Amo.m, which I will be posting, or I would have posted part 2 of the Sims 4 game video. So like, yeah, that's more of my gaming slash movie reaction, gaming reaction channel. But anyway,